Hey there folks, this is GreenXI welcoming you back to the Green Vlog. Today is the 23rd of September, which is quite a bit later than my birthday. It was a couple of weeks ago, but I didn't do a birthday video this year. Simply because it sort of slipped my mind. It was in the back of my mind, but it never sort of happened because I was doing other things. It just never came around, you know. So here it is. But first of all, I just got back from the lake. And it was stunning down there. It's so weird because the last couple of mornings it's been like 5 degrees Celsius over here, and you could see a breath in the mornings and everything. And then today, all of a sudden, it's stunning out, like really sunny. It's starting to go down a bit now, but you know, that's why I came back. But when I was down there, I was reading a book called Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. It's relatively new, a couple of years old, and it's about... Well, it's one of those books which is like a ex-detective, retired detective. He has a letter from somebody he was trying to catch while he was a detective, a sort of mass killer. I think it was about 8 or 10 people or something, but that's still mass, yeah, a mass killer. And it's sort of one of those back and forth novels where sometimes you're seeing the detective, Hodges, and sometimes you're seeing the detective, the killer, Brady, and you find out who it is right at the start, so that ain't a spoiler or anything, don't worry about that. Pretty much right at the start. But it's how they sort of really rile each other up going through, and how they sort of try and catch each other. The one's trying to make the detective sort of suicidal, while the detective is just trying to catch him without going through detective measures, because he's an ex-detective. He won't be allowed to use their resources and everything, but he knows about it, and he's got other people who are on his side and everything. It's really good. I'm really addicted to it, because Stephen King doesn't normally do crime thriller, but he made 3 books, which are Finders Keepers, Mr. Mercedes, and End of Watch. All part of the same trilogy, the same series, and I think that's what he's going to do with them. He did Joyland before, which was a crime novel in a sense, but this is more like it, and a lot better in my opinion. Anyways, speaking of those 3 films, 3 books even, I had them for my birthday off of a mate of mine. I had quite a bit off my mate actually, and this is the start of the haul that I want to show off. We had Mr. Mercedes, which I just spoke about, and the other 2 Finders Keepers and End of Watch. I hope they're all as good as this first one anyway. I really do, because I'm enjoying it a lot. I'm only halfway through the first book, but the thing is, King has this tendency to not be very good at ending films. But yeah, at ending films, ending books, anything he does, he can't do endings very well. But sometimes one comes along that he does really well, so I'm hoping. So I'll be reading through those. My mate also bought me, everything that I show right now is going to be off my mate, because he bought me like a bag of stuff, which was nice, you know. The Green Mile, another one. I've seen the film. I can't remember much of it except for the big guy who revived like mice and stuff. And I won't spoil the ending of that, but The Green Mile, I've never read it, but I've seen the film. It's not as big of a book as I thought it would be, but I think it's going to be good. I do think it's going to be good. A complete serial novel. See, I thought it was all released in one go, but if it's a serial novel, that means it's chapter by chapter, right? Released book by book. I don't know. I'm going to have to check that out. I don't know. I'll get around to it. But I got a couple of other books I want to read in between that, so I'll get there. He also bought me a couple of DVDs. We have got The Old Carrie, which I thought was really good. I don't know if it's the very first one, I think it is. And the new one that just come out, I went to the cinema and saw it. And I have to shut these curtains because the sun's going in and out. There we go. All sorted. But yeah, the new Carrie, which I went to the cinema to see not so long ago. It came out, and I thought it was really good. It was nothing too much different from the old one. And the actress chosen, I can't remember what her name was. Either way, the actress chosen did a really good job of it. I thought it was the best version of the film, the new one. but at the same time it didn't deviate away from the old film or the book or anything too much, so it was one of those modern films that are just stylistic for the sake of being stylistic, you know, Tim Burton-y. So I loved it. So I'm glad to have that on DVD now. He also got me Secret Window, the Johnny Depp one, where is the author who's... I have seen it once before. It's like an author that goes away to a cabin, I think, to try and write a novel or something, but he's gone all drunk and whatever. So Johnny Depp would do well with that. He's done the pirates thing before, the drunk pirate thing. And I enjoyed that film as well, so I'm going to give it another watch. Hopefully I still like it now. It was a couple of years ago I saw that. I can't see why not. So, give it a go. And the last thing, the last DVD you bought me, was The Mist. This is the version that has the black and white version in it as well, so you can watch it in black and white or in coloured. Now, the Mist film is so good. It's, okay, this is Stephen King. It's like a novella, it was, a short novel, but quite a long short novel. It was like 80, 90 pages, which for a short novel, and exactly the shortest. So, a bunch of people, they all go into a mall, a supermarket. They all go into a supermarket, and then they're trapped there because this mist rolls in, hence the name, that has all monsters in it and stuff like that. So they can't go out, they're stuck in the mall. And it's how all the different types of characters interact with each other, and that's what Stephen King does well. He characterises and makes so much style comes to the most basic of things. There's this religious woman who ends up being really nutty and forms her own cult within the supermarket. The monster's gay in at one point. It's really good, it's just hard to explain why. The effects aren't brilliant, but they do the job. And I recommend you read the book as well as watch the film. See how similar they are. I would avoid the Netflix sort of TV series they brought out. It's not bad, but it's nothing to do with the book other than there being mist with monsters in it. It's like, there's different locations, different characters and everything. It's not much to do with the book regardless of the mist being similar. But it does have the old woman from Murder House, American Horror Story. The maid, it has her in it, who's the nutty religious woman of this series. So yeah, you could check it out. If you really like the book and really like the film, you might like the series, but don't go into it expecting much similar, and it's quite slow going as well. I enjoyed it enough, but I've seen all the reviews, I've seen how badly it's done. Let me move the camera halfway into it. There we go. And it's not generally liked. I didn't mind it, and I know someone else who didn't mind it, but it's not generally liked. Anyways, back to the birthday stuff. He bought me a couple of these figures and stuff. Like this was first. Little cloud figurine thing. And then he put it on a base. Stab him in the foot with it. Stab away. And there we go. He's got his little base to stand on. So, it's that. And at the same time, he bought me this figurine. I know it's a lot. He bought me a lot. It's a Majora's Mask Skull Kid. And I loved this. This is probably my favourite thing of what he bought me, strangely. And it's really nice. I got a couple of Zelda figurines, amiibos, in fact. This ain't an amiibo. Who cares? I don't use them as amiibos anyway, just like the figurines. But, yeah, I really like it. It's well made. It's got a stand. What more do you want? And Majora's Mask, while it's not one of my favourite Zelda games, because I love the atmosphere, but the timed aspect really ruined it for me, and I don't really like the dungeons. But I loved Skull Kid. I loved the big death moon in the sky. I loved the masks. It could have been an amazing game. I haven't played the 3DS one, so I might do that, because I've heard they made it easier by giving you a notebook which tells you what to do half the time for the side quests, which is what the game's mostly about, side quests. But I might give it a go. The thing is, I'm so nervous about spending, I think it's still about 30 quid on a game that I might not even like that much. I'm a bit nervous about that, which is why I haven't bought it yet, even though I'm a huge Zelda fan. So there we go. Well, I'll give that a go. I'll probably buy it at some point. And he also bought me another couple of small figurines in like a bag. You can tell it's like very Japanese. He got me a Master Sword figurine, like a little, little tiny one. It is like that. Try and get it close. You can bend about and stuff. It's weird. That little Master Sword figurine thing, which came with this thing, which makes me think it probably came in one of those lucky capsule things that Japan has a lot of. There we go. Lots of Japanese writing and stuff. And I'm very happy with it because I've never had anything like that before. Nothing. So, I haven't had a proper look. This is me actually unbagging it for the first time. I saw through the bag what it was, but in the bag came a little crane, which I know in Japan, I think in Japan it means good luck and stuff like that. So, I like that they included it in the bag. That's really nice. And the last thing is like a build your own monster thing. Because I've got a Monster Hunter one, it came with Monster Hunter Tri for Wii, that you had to build yourself together, which was this. This is one I had years ago. I didn't end up liking the game, but I really ended up liking the figurine, which is, you know, besides the point. I liked that, and I think he knew that. I think my mate knew that, so he got me this little Final Fantasy VII. Dropped a bit. Final Fantasy VII, like collectible thing. It's all little bits that you put together, and eventually I think it's gonna make Ultimate Weapon. I'm gonna have to give that a go at some point. So I'll try that sometime later today probably. And there we go. That's everything he bought me, and I was really grateful for that. But I don't think I expressed that very well. So hopefully he's watching now. Right, that's all the stuff I had for my birthday off my mate. I had something, I did have one thing off my parents as well. Dragon Quest VII. Now this is something I actually bought for myself a while ago, but I never took out of the wrapper. Because I was still playing Dragon Quest 4 to 6 and I never got around to it by the time my birthday came around, so I thought, if I have it for my birthday, my parents were asking me what I wanted for my birthday and I wasn't sure at the time, so I thought, we'll go for Dragon Quest 7, I'll just give them the wrapped game and I'll have it all for them, kind of thing. And it turned out being such a good game. I'm only about 5-6 hours into it, but it starts off so slowly like a good JRPG should. It sort of unravels really well, and I've made it to Ember Town. It's like a town at the bottom of a volcano, and you have to go there in the past and stop the town being completely burnt because of the volcano by going and defeating a monster in the volcano so it doesn't erupt. That's how far I've gotten. I've defeated that monster and gone back to the present time, and I don't know what's going to happen next, but I've loved it so far. Apparently there's a job system like Final Fantasy V, Bravely Default, Dragon Quest 6. I think it's going to be more like Dragon Quest 6, where you don't really have that many jobs to choose between, but they're there, you know, they're something to make the game have a bit more variety than if it was just a plain town to town to town. You have a couple of jobs to choose between as well. And I'm loving it so far, seriously good. I haven't played the original Dragon Quest 7, this is my first time going through the games. But for the first time going on Dragon Quest 7 and it being the 3DS version is really good. It does have a couple of frame rate issues, and I'm playing it on the new 3DS, so it should be the best version, right? Where you go onto the menu, sometimes it'll stutter when going through the options when you're choosing item, spell, whatever. And sometimes when you're walking around it'll go a bit slow, sometimes. It doesn't ruin it for me, not even close, but yeah. The art style's really good, music is stunning, I think it's orchestrated. If it's not, it's really nice anyway, and I don't know how they did it. But yeah, really good, really, really good, and I recommend it so much. Would it be... I've heard it's really long, like 100 hours long or something, so would it be the first Dragon Quest you should go into? Probably not. For me so far, Dragon Quest 4 was a really good one to start with, but 5 was really good as well. I didn't like 6, but neither here nor there. Anyways, that's all my birthday stuff that I had, and I had a good birthday as well, because I went to the cinema and I saw Dark Tower. The books are a million times better, don't get me wrong, but I really enjoyed seeing how they adapted it into a film. It had director issues, so it was never going to be amazing, where it was sold from Sony to... not Warner Bros to Sony to give a go of making it, because Warner Bros probably saw it wasn't going to be a good film, but it was okay. It wasn't a film that I would probably watch again, probably, because it just put in so much sci-fi that wasn't even in the books, and it didn't stick to the books hardly at all either. So I'll probably watch the next film that comes out of it, because I think they're going to make a couple to go through all the books, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. And we also went to Pizza Hut, and that was nice. I had a King of the Coast, which is king prawns, red pepper, and not seaweed, something similar to seaweed, spinach. There we go. And that was amazing. It's like a cheese sauce instead of a tomato base, and I love that. I like it more on tomato base, honestly. If I could have that on any pizza, I'd have it on all of them. But the thing is, King of the Coast isn't the type of pizza you could have frozen, so I like to have something a bit different when I go to a restaurant, to a Pizza Hut. So you might as well. I do have Hawaiian sometimes, but whatever. I'll have whatever I fancy at the time. And I also had cookie dough for the first time in Pizza Hut. I've had it before in a pub restaurant, but I've never had it in a Pizza Hut. And it was stunning. It was salted caramel, which I always liked anyway with cookies and things like that. But with cookie dough, it was amazing. With ice cream as well. Pizza Hut's expensive. It's why I only go there like 2 or 3 times a year. But when you do go, oh, it's so good. Anyways, that's all of that. Other than that, I have been doing... Oh, I had a bit of money for my birthday as well, off different relatives and stuff. And I bought these when I went to game on my birthday. I bought Pirate Bay Tetris. I remember playing the demo of it on the Switch. And it was such a good game. It was such a good demo to play online constantly. And I enjoyed it a lot. You know what Tetris is? The blocks who make lines and get rid of them to stay alive and stuff. Well, this one combines it with Puyo Puyo. This apparently is a popular Japanese puzzle game, where it's like Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine essentially, but without the Sonic characters. That's what I could make of it. I haven't played it yet, even though I was really hyped to, because I know I'm going to get really addicted at one point, because I used to have Tetris DS, and playing online, you won't get me off it, so... that. I also bought myself Star Ocean 5. It's a game I wanted to get a while ago. It's only a tenner, so I thought, go on then, I'll go for it. And it's new as well for a tenner, so that's pretty good going, right? I haven't played through all the series. I've only played the first game for PSP, and it was incredible. I've got the second one here, which I started a while ago, but I'm going to have to restart and play again because I can't remember any of it. So I'll be playing through that. Star Ocean 3 I got on the PS4, because it was remastered for PS4. Star Ocean 4 I didn't like at all. I played a bit of that when I was for PS3 a while ago, and I really didn't like it because the save system's so bad. Save points are like a million miles between, like hours between. I might give it another go before trying this one, which is meant to be better than 4. We'll see. So there's that. For my birthday I also bought myself X-Files Season 4. I've been getting through those seasons, and I've been loving it. I've never seen them before, and I've been getting them for Blu-ray as I finished them. It's been about a year since I started them. I haven't been consistently watching them in that sense, but I'm loving them. I am really loving them. Nerds Paradise, people call it, and yeah, probably right. Not too spooky, but I love the relationship between Mulder and Scully. I really love it. How she just doesn't believe in anything supernatural, but he believes it entirely because his sister got kidnapped when he was a little kid, when they were little kids. And their little journey and how the main arcs go along, and there's also a ton of sort of spin-off episodes. Like, it's mostly spin-off episodes, but some main arc. Really good. Finally, this wasn't for my birthday. I bought this recently. You got to understand. It's been a while since the last game vlog, so you know I've had quite a lot. Ultra Space Girls Danganronpa. At the time of this going up, yeah, Danganronpa 2 is going up as well. Well, today, live, you know. And I'm finishing off recording it today as well. So I've recorded quite far ahead of the recording, of the uploading. So I got this, thinking, I'm going to play this next, then I'm going to watch the anime, and then the third Danganronpa game will be out. Don't worry, I'm not going straight into Danganronpa 3, the game, or anything like that, in terms of Let's Plays. I think I've burnt myself out a bit Let's Playing them. I'd rather more of a proper game next, and I know exactly what it's going to be. I know what it's going to be. And I think it's going to be quite a good one to go for, because it's a game I love, really love. So I'm looking forward to that so much. But I got Danganronpa 2 on the go, and with work as well. You know. Anyways, other things I've been doing right now. Crash Bandicoot N. Sane Trilogy. I played and Let's Played the first 2. I do want to get around to the third game as well. but I haven't played it myself or anything like that yet, so it's going to be a while till we get around to it. Like, it could be a while. And I'm loving them. I never got into them as a kid, but now I'm starting to because of this trilogy. Yeah. There's Danganronpa 1 and 2, which we mentioned, Let's Playing, and a very good port. If you haven't got Vita, but you've got PS4, just go for the PS4 version. It's incredible. It's got both games on one disc. You can't go wrong. I'm also playing Kingdom Hearts 1.5 plus 2.5. I've played through Kingdom Hearts 1. It's got 4 games and 2 games as cinematics on it. I played through Kingdom Hearts 1 really quickly. I couldn't bring myself to play Chain Memories again. The Game Boy Advanced version of the game is incredible. It's really speedy and everything, but then when it goes to main console on PS4, PS3, PS2, whatever, when you're playing it on, it slows it right down. Because it's a main console game, they have to get the graphics in it, they have to slow it down to show off the graphics and stuff. And it really ruins it for me. So the Game Boy Advance version is the better version for me, by far. Even though this one has voice acting and all that crap. And now I am watching the 358 divided by 2 days, or however you say it, cinematics, and it's okay. Apparently the gameplay is really shit, so I don't mind the game not actually being on the disc and it just being cinematics. I'm quite happy about it actually. But the cinematics aren't amazing either. It's going back to Organization 13 and describing what's going on with them. And it's good to see a bit of background with them, but I'm not overly fussed about it. I probably won't watch it again, you know. And then I'll be going on to Kingdom Hearts 2, which I've played before a couple of times, and playing through the rest of that disc, ready for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out. I'll probably be getting, I can't remember what it's called, is it Kingdom Hearts 2.8? I'll probably be getting that as well at some point, but not yet. I'll have burnt myself out on Kingdom Hearts by the time I get to the end of this. Definitely. So, and now and again I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 2. Killing Floor 2. Which I've mentioned in a couple of vlogs before, but a couple of mates of mine has been getting into it again because there's been updates, there's been clown updates, carnival updates. There's tons to do on that game where you just play maps, killing a boss, waves of zombies come at you, you kill them all. Nothing particularly creative, but really fun at the same time. I'm loving it. So, that's about it really. I have been doing other stuff, but I can't think right now what that is. Oh, I have got next Tuesday to Friday off of work, including the weekend after that. So I'm just in Monday and then I got Tuesday to Sunday off. So I will be making vlogs, I want to say daily, and it'll be just this sort of thing, you know, nothing incredible. But I want to go into a couple of topics of things I've been doing lately, because I haven't had a chance to do vlogs, and I loved making vlogs, but as soon as I got a job I didn't have the chance to do them. So, yeah, that's what I'll be doing. I'll be getting some vlogs out throughout the next week, including tomorrow probably. Maybe not Monday, so that's the day I got work. So, yeah, I got a couple of ideas from. I can't wait. So, this has been GreenyXI. I hope you've enjoyed the vlog. I'll see you again in a bit with the next one. Thanks for watching, folks. See you in a bit.